Where did it all start? So let's go on a brief little history of my entrepreneur journey that got me to this beautiful view. So everyone that knows me now sees me, and what do I do now? Um, so I have a TV, I have an internet show. I make no money on it. I volunteer a lot. I make no money on that. What else do I do on this island? Oh, I just recently started um carrying my buddy's health shoes. So I make probably like $50 a week off that. What else do I do? That's about it. So here's where it all started. Um oh, how far back do we want to go? Well, this used to be my life. So about 10 years of my life from roughly 17. Um Now let's start 20. So around 20 years old is when I wrote a thesis for my uh college degree. Thesis was on the evolution of marketing. Started out with like I believe direct mail, telemarketing, moved into email marketing, text marketing, and ended in social media marketing. So the focus was on social media marketing and the effectiveness. So I spent 3 or 4 months studying, researching, typing, and learning all about social media. During which I decided I had all that data and knowledge, I might as well start a social media marketing firm. This is like 2008, something like that. So this is when Facebook had, I think it just got rid of the you used to have a college email. It was only for college students. If you did not have a college email, you couldn't be on Facebook. I remember like when I first got accepted to college, I was like, "Oh, when are they going to give me the email so I can get on Facebook?" Woohoo! So we're talking real early Facebook, college only. By the time I became a senior in college, they got rid of that, and it became everyone had a. I mean, let's not say everyone, because right now everyone has one. Back then, a good amount of people had them. I guess most people my age, but I was probably the first that I know of that developed a course on how to monetize it for businesses. So they had just come out with, I think they were called Pages. They're called Pages now. They might have been. I don't know what they were called then. I know it was called Likes. Now it's called Followers. There's a lot of differences. But essentially they had just launched the business part. They didn't even have Facebook ads then. This is before Facebook ads. So everyone's commenting and liking statuses. You couldn't even heart them. Imagine that. The days you couldn't heart a status on Facebook. Dun dun dun. So back then I did all the research and decided, hey, businesses need to hop on Facebook. It's going to make money. So I was talking to my good friend Harrison, and we had both just read the 4 Hour Work Week, the famous book. So we decided to do digital courses. He did his on like a sommelier. I did mine on social media, and eventually grew it into a really nice little business that moved into. Then my brother, he was starting a business. We had talked for probably 5 years about this idea, and it finally, I guess what changed. I don't know. Oh yeah, so a law changed to make it a lot easier. So we decided into this business, and he couldn't do it, so he needed me. So I started helping him. So here's how from age, let's say 21 to age 27 when I stopped. So 7 years straight. I mean, even at 19, I was still, yeah. So let's just say like 8 years, 7, 8 years. I was working for a good like 4 or 5 of those years. I was working every single day, 7 days a week, from 10:30 to 7 at the store. Before that, I was waking up at like 6 because I had business with with Asia, China mostly. I think I manufactured in a couple places, but primarily China. So I was manufacturing and building another company. I had a power bank company. I had a vaporizer company. What else did I do with China? I don't remember what else. Um, so I was up at like 6 a.m. doing calls with China. Then I would work on social media, and then I'd go into the store, run the store, get home at like 7:30 or 8. And how old was I then? 25 ish. And my roommates would always be ready to go do something, go out and stuff. And I'd be like, I was the king of a power nap. So I'd go take a quick nap from like 8 to 8:30, wake up, and then go out with my friends until midnight or whatever. So I was sleeping 5 or 6 hours. In college, I trained myself to only need 6 hours of sleep, and that's still pretty much true. Typically, I go to bed at midnight and wake up at 6 every day, even today. But what people don't see is that I was working about 100 hours a week for a good chunk of a decade. Maybe 80 hour weeks for like 3 years of that. For at least 2 years of that, I didn't have any other managers. Let me think. That was like 2015, 2014. No, it was earlier. Yeah, so about 4 years of my life, there was no one else with keys to my stores, and I had to be there to open and close every day of the week. There was a couple times where there'd be like ice or a blizzard, and oh man, I remember I had a scooter at one point because I couldn't afford a car. So I had a scooter, and I remember driving that and hitting ice and dropping it, and like literally in the parking lot. So I had to take it back in, leave it there, and I think I walked to the light rail and took the light rail home. Um, Now there's times I had to have people come pick them up if I something happened to me. In those like 4 to 5 years that I was there every day, 7 days a week, I think there was maybe 5 times that I couldn't make it. I definitely remember there's one time something happened. I don't remember what, and I could not make it. Store wasn't open, and customers were outside. I wish I remembered that better. And eventually, I had to have someone come drive, pick up the keys for me. I don't know what I was doing. I was hurt or just sick. I think I might have just been sick. I don't get sick very often, so I would assume that was probably it. So to get to where I am, it was roughly 10 years of working 80 hours a week. And I mean, I still grow and build businesses now, but I definitely don't work that workload anymore. Yeah, I mean, I remember even in college. In college, I would work 2 jobs. So I'd go to class for like 3 to 4 hours. I would go to lunch, then I'd go to my first job, and then have like a dinner break and do my second job. During that, I was flipping couches. So we'd have a truck. So we go buy couches. We go buy get free couches or buy them from Goodwill and then flip them. So I was trying to do that in between jobs. My other side hustle, a lot of Craigslist. I was flipping VCRs and microwaves. Yes, VCRs were big back then. Flipping VCRs, flipping microwaves was big. Magazines was huge. Collectibles, anything I could get my hands on Craigslist for like $20 because that's like all I had, and then take it and try to flip it to $40 or $50. I was doing that like crazy. I had a little 2-door Pontiac Sunfire was my mobile transportation, and I would pack that thing full of all sorts of stuff. I didn't start flipping cars. I think I did start flipping cars in my senior year of college. So I might have started flipping cars while doing my 2 jobs. Um, and then once I graduated, it was businesses. I had 2 businesses like basically before I even graduated college. Before I was even 21, I already had 2 businesses. I think 2011, like 2 years later, I opened my vapes. Next year was heck is it called? Power banks. Power banks were huge. Took a lot of time. At one point, every American athlete in the Pan Am Games had one of our power banks. We had a huge contract there. We were doing a lot of fundraisers with them for schools. Um, that was a very time intensive company to get up and running. Man, I feel like I'm missing like 1 or 2 businesses around there. But anyways, long story short, well, long story starting short now. Uh, Took roughly almost a decade of working almost 100 hours a week to finally get everything learned and automated and taught and grown. And now I'm at the point where I work much less and I'm much happier, and I get significantly happier. And I live here, this awesome view on this expensive island in this expensive place, and I'm able to finally take a breath from working 80 to 100 hours a week. So now I coach and teach a lot of people how to avoid all of that shit that I did. Especially now with, oh my God, things have evolved so much in 15 years. I mean, not even just AI in the last couple of years, but even just automated systems and email marketing, text message marketing, and social media. I mean, social media marketing is huge. I shoot probably 80% of my business on all my businesses is social media marketing. You're watching us currently on social media. Almost all my coaching is done. Clients come from social media. All my Insta farm, my nutrition, my freaking heck, just about everything. Marketing clients, everything comes from social media, and I don't use ads. I actually have like run paid ads like twice in my life. Everything I do is completely organic, and that's how I like it. And so now I have to go because I'm about to go play soccer and train for our next game. We just had a really, really good game, but ended up tying it, which felt like a loss. Hope today